Welcome to Woking, a town of 80,000 inhabitants, about 25 miles southwest of London, where I've been living for the past 15 years, teaching piano. When you're ready. Woking has been leading the way on carbon emissions. The first combined heat and power plant in the country was installed in Woking Park to heat the swimming pool and leisure centre. The council has also installed photovoltaic panels on roofs of a number of properties and on the canopy outside the station. Cycling has been encouraged, especially for the many people who commute by train to London. We've even opened a shop in the precinct where people can go for advice on how to make their homes more energy efficient. I take a deep interest in this subject. I've read a number of books, some of them several times over, trying to get my head around the facts, which are truly alarming. I've reduced my own emissions by not flying by plane anymore, keeping the house on the cool side in winter, not overfilling the kettle, trying to burn logs rather than gas and all that. I also cycle to reduce car use, aiming to save 100 litres of petrol per year. The recent upgrading of the canal towpath has made this easier and a pleasure, and cycling helps keep me fit as well. However, the fact is that all this is insufficient. By my cycling over the last couple of years, instead of using the car, I reckon I've saved about this much oil. However, the world gets through so much oil in just one day that it would require a line of barrels stretching 3/4 of the way around the globe. You don't need me to tell you, we have an enormous problem. Perhaps we could all cut our energy usage. It wouldn't be easy. Despite all my efforts, we still spend £120 a month on gas and electricity in this house. And even though I travel by bike and train when I can, there always seems to be a reason for starting the car. And I'm not alone. The buses to Heathrow pass my house every 30 minutes, and the planes taking off from there every 45 seconds can be seen from our garden. Even though trains are better for the environment than other forms of transport, the sheer number of them operating out of Woking must add up to considerable use of energy. We all heat our houses in winter, and the cars never stop passing. Woking's carbon footprint is sizable. So if this is all happening despite our best efforts, when we consider the national picture, what can we expect to happen over time? James Hansen is one of the leading planetary scientists, and he writes as follows: "If we burn all the fossil fuels, the ice sheets almost surely will melt entirely, with the final sea level rise about 75 metres. This problem has crept up on us since the Industrial Revolution, which began in 1750 approximately. This picture is of my great-great-grandfather, who was born in 1749. Can you see the family likeness? He was a penniless curate, and against all the odds he succeeded in marrying the Dean's daughter. I'm so glad he did. If we look ahead to my great-great-grandchildren, well, they won't be able to live in this house, because even though it's 35 miles from the sea, it's only 49 metres above sea level, so the sea will be way up above the roof somewhere, like in the film Waterworld. If we then look ahead to my great-great-grandchildren's great-great-grandchildren, well, there won't be any, because Hansen says if we burn the tar shale and the tar sands as well as all the other fossil fuels, then the Venus syndrome is a dead cert. And what that means is that the surface of the Earth would become hot enough to melt lead, and the air pressure would be 90 times what it is today. So all life on Earth would be extinguished. I think our one hope is to use our brains. If, for example, we could develop easy access to space, then it would be possible to put heavy industry and power generation into orbit, which would be a real help. The one thing we cannot afford to do is to be relaxed about this matter. Please educate yourself and then join in the attempt to change the way we all live. Thank you for your attention, and may you and your loved ones enjoy the time that's left to us on Earth before the human race comes to an end."